That's the first truck I've ever had. I'm not ready for a Cybertruck, and I never will be.
Never say never, you never know.
Not that
Never say
version.
never.
Not that.
Not when they look like that.
Yeah. That's bad.
Didn't Ford put out an electric
They
truck?
did. It's the F-150, like, Volt, or, not Volt, that's what the old thing was called.
Lightning or something?
Lightning, that's what
Yeah,
it is.
Lightning.
Yeah. I can't do it. I've got range anxiety.
I've gotten over that now.
Okay.
Yeah, at first it's like, then you start feeling comfortable with it. It's like, oh, I pulled in with 6 miles, that's pretty good. You know?
They give me an anxiety attack.
Traffic
Now, if you're,
jam, you're in
stops you,
trouble.
though, you don't use it, does it? It's like if you would, like a construction zone, you were planning on it, like you're not gonna run out of it, right?
Yeah. It's usually when somebody has a lead foot.
I also drive like over 20,000 miles a year. There's not a lot of chargers between here and Turkey Creek Regional Sewer District.
Do they make like portable chargers and take with you and like a spare gas can type of idea?
Maybe a generator, you pull your generator out of the truck and.
I just didn't know if there was any.
If they don't, that is a great idea for an
Yeah, it
invention
is.
right there. Just like, give you like,
Get on.
write that down,
I'm sure you can,
write
you
that down,
can secure the,
the patent,
yeah.
just like,
Well, you guys just said it on YouTube, so now your $1 million idea is probably gonna
Go
go,
on.
I've had a lot of ideas that
50 cent.
I've seen other people develop that I thought of.
yeah.
My first one that I remember is when my kids were little, I'm like, they should have a YouTube channel for just kids called YouTube Kids. And then like 5 years later,
Whoa.
5 years later, YouTube Kids comes out. I'm
Oh.
like, dang it.
It's 601,
Oh, it is.
yeah.
Alright, welcome to the Town of Cherubusco's Council for June 4th, 2025. Please stand for pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mark Pepple,
Present.
Nathan Van Horn,
Present.
Devin Keener,
Present.
Madeline St. Bartle, present.
Alright, approval for meeting minutes. We have both May 21st and 28th.
And June
And June
2nd.
2nd.
I think I was going on one of those.
On the 21st, you were,
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes for May 21st, May 28th, and June 2nd.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second to approve meeting minutes for May 21st, 28th, and June 2nd. All those in favor say aye.
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 Wasn't trying to be dirty.
No.
Alright, at this time, we'll open up for public comments for anything that's not already on the written agenda. Any comments? Alright, moving on to old business, hiring full-time sewer assistant.
So Riley and I have had the pleasure of interviewing a few candidates over the past couple weeks for the sewer assistant position. We received about 50 applications, so, interviewed a handful of them. And I believe that Riley would like to hire Cameron Pulley as our new wastewater assistant. Cameron is currently working for, a contractor that does maintenance for the town of Winona Lake. So, he's already been doing basically what he's gonna be required to do for almost 2 years now, so. Local kid, he loves the fact that his job is gonna be about 5 minutes from his house, and I think he'll be a good addition.
Fantastic.
So we are asking you guys to approve the hiring of Cameron Pulley, at the tier 3 level for full-time sewer assistant.
Yeah, alright.
That what you like to do, Ryder?
Yeah.
You know,
Yep, okay, no, this is a lot of stuff about electrical and small engines and stuff, so.
good,
He does mechanical work too.
yeah,
Yeah,
there you go. So you use him up, alright.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the hire Cameron Poley, as the wastewater sewer assistant, hired in at the tier 3 level.
Second.
A motion and a second to hire Cameron Poley there as the sewer assistant, tier 3. All those in favor say aye.
Alright.
Thank you for helping with the hiring process.
Yeah, appreciate it.
He's getting crash course in management 101, so.
Good, heck yeah, man. Alright, new business, other discussion of other hiring needs.
So as you know, we've lost 2 full-time employees since January 1st, since March, I guess, 2025, with the exit of Bob and then Zach. So we are, even with the hiring of Cameron, we are still short-staffed. Also, you know, Rick's amazing at what he does, we all know that. But, you know, he is getting up there and, you know, doing some things a little bit slower, and his only part-time person is only working about an average of 8 hours a week. I mean, right there is just, it takes more than 8 hours just to mow
Right.
that part, so, and, you know, that's not even counting, you know, diamond maintenance, scaffolding maintenance, all that. So, you know, I at first thought maybe we should hire a part-time employee for back there, but, considering we're already short-staffed on utilities as well, I think a good idea might be to hire somebody that is working, you know, in the utility department during the slower month, or during the park slower months, and then working back the park during the busier months. Like I said, Mary received, you know, 50 applications for this position. You know, I actually have a candidate that I think would be perfect to put back there, that we interviewed for the sewer position, so.
No, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
We all know that we need the help, so.
So we get Jeremy and Rick at least kinda
I
get on that.
I put the bug in Jeremy's ear yesterday and, you know, asked him how he felt. And I've not seen Rick though since, I actually went back through today, but he wasn't around, so.
Okay.
But yes, I can,
Yeah.
I definitely
think
will talk to Rick about it.
Yeah, I think it sounds great. I would just, bring them in on kind of get their input and help them part of, you know, hiring somebody. But yeah, I think that would benefit both departments, benefit the town for sure, so. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Also on hire needs, could we discuss and as far as hiring another officer for Dustin? I know we discussed that, and then just having him kind of give us his plan as far as alleviating overtime, and I know that was a big part of it, was filling the open spot after Officer Blake has left, so I want to see where we're at on that, and I know you had thrown out the name, his recommendation was Chad, hiring back Chad Fulkerson.
Are we to that point yet? I mean, has Dustin said that?
That's who he had, yeah, recommended that he would like to hire and fill that position.
I guess my concern about that is we still don't know what the budget's gonna be.
Well, and I'm, asking that too, and that's the thing we don't know. One, I mean, it's, you know, we still have an open position, it's not like we're adding a position. And I should have asked him, like, would you rather us hire now and, you know, be fully staffed then, and then cross that bridge when it, you know, came to it, potentially have to make cuts or whatever, and he was, yeah, you know, he'd rather do that now, rather than put it off, and so. And that's where I'm at, we have no idea what it's gonna look like, so I think that we should be proactive and still, you know, just like we're doing in these other departments, right, we're still adding because we see the need, so we see the need here, so I would think that we should fill that position, and then when budgets come and we see, you know, see where we're at, then we're able to cross that bridge.
Thoughts, Mark?
I think, and I can go either way, but I'm kinda inclined to wait and pass that July 5th, 6th, whatever that day was, to have Dustin come back and talk to us about thoughts on the department and that kind of stuff. You know, are we really gonna change that much within that month?
I mean, it's just another month of more overtime and, you know, I mean, I think we all would agree that there's no way to cut overtime by not adding more manpower, right? So to me, it's like, why are we gonna put it off? But, I mean, that's where I'm at, you know, I would prefer to do it today, but obviously, there's two other guys here, so, you know.
I guess I've never heard Dustin come out and say specifically that Chad's the person right now. Are we officially had that yet?
Yeah, I mean, that's what he expressed to me, and I thought that he had sent an email, he said he sent an email to everybody, so, yeah, I mean, I've heard him express
Yeah,
that,
I
say
sent
that,
an email
so,
twice, actually.
yeah. So that's where I'm at, so, you know,
Price wise, once we pay out, is it kind of a wash when it comes to insurance versus the overtime?
I mean, if you're talking about, I mean, I don't know, this is all new to me. I was not included in on the email, so.
yeah, but the thing though is, it's still an open position, like, we're not creating a position, right? When Officer Blake left, this is just filling the position that's already been there, it was in the budget and everything, so that, you know, all that extra stuff is already been accounted for. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's, I mean, so basically we're just adding a different name than what was there after, you know, Justin left.
Sure. No, I get what you're saying.
Yes, would he be hired in as a new hire as, in terms of all the benefits?
So I was thinking that, so when he left, you know, I wouldn't go up to the, like, things like, vacation and stuff. Is that kind of some of the stuff you're saying? So, you know, I'm thinking, starting like in 2 weeks, cause he was at what, 6?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I would start, you know, just full-time, normal pay, and then 2 weeks vacation.
Is that a new hire?
What is he
And
hired?
there's one,
No new hires, no, it's just
Oh, no,
sick
we-
time.
We've set that precedence though.
Yeah, we've done that before, you know, cause he's
Something
already,
we have not done.
Yeah, no, I just,
Yeah.
make sure it fits into your handbook somewhere, is all I was gonna say.
Yeah.
if we went 1 week, there's still the comp time that you could add additional weeks. Man, he's here 20 some years.
When did he leave? Man,
November.
Yeah,
November. And we paid out 2024 stuff, right? There was nothing that was.
If we're hiring the other position, I think we ought to go ahead and do it.
I just feel like I feel like we're putting the cart before the horse right now, when doing that, handling it this way. We haven't, I don't know that we had a really good discussion about it. I get we need to probably another one. I get we'll probably go down that pathway eventually and that kind of stuff. But sit there and have the conversations that we've had with Dustin and that kind of stuff, to start talking about how that department looks, you know, in the future. I think that we ought to wait. I believe that we ought to wait until that, we get that back from Dustin, we make those changes and that kind of stuff. But again, I get your, I get your thought
I just
process.
had a different vibe from them, but I mean, yeah, again, it's, everybody's got their own.
Yeah, I get your thought process about it, so.
I'll make a motion that we approve hiring Chad Fulkerson, full-time police officer, an open position.
Second.
Motion is
Hold
second.
on, can you please?
With the 2 weeks of vacation.
So is it 2 weeks vacation or 1 week vacation, 1 week sick time? Cause they're different.
I was thinking 2 weeks vacation, but,
Well, I mean,
so,
2 weeks vacation and then also sick? Upon hire, people will get sick time.
okay,
That can be carried over.
okay,
They don't get vacation time upon hire, normally.
gotcha,
So, and if they do, when we do hire them, then we prorate it to the amount, you know, they get 40 weeks every year, so we
how much
prorate
sick
it.
time?
Usually they get a week, they get 40 hours every year, so, but since we're halfway through the year, it would be 20 hours.
Gotcha.
Well, when have we done with the other, because we bought some police officers, it was more of a lateral transfer in, and we've done this before.
So with Justin, we gave him a week start, and then I prorated the sick. We had a week vacation and then prorated the sick.
Yeah, I'm fine with keeping the president, if that's what we did, you know, done before.
I think if that was the precedence we started, then I think that's what we ought to stick with. I mean, that's just, yeah, for me.
What do you think, Doug?
So is that your motion then?
Yeah, yeah.
You would have to accept that as your amended
So,
second.
yes, my motion will be to hire Chad Fulkerson with 1 week vacation and prorated sick time.
A second.
Motion and second to hire Chad Fulkerson, full-time police officer, starting with 1 week of vacation and prorated sick time. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna say no.
Alright, facade grant,
So I forwarded you guys a facade grant application, for the Chocolate Turtle. They are moving into the old Amber building, right next to Circle K, and completely remodeling that. It has been to the Chamber and also Main Street, and I've heard back from almost everybody, and everyone was all on board and
Yeah,
super
cool.
excited to see that building get remodeled, so.
yeah, I think that's gonna be great. Any discussion or feedback from the council?
No, I'm okay with it,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Make a motion that we approve the facade agreement for the Chocolate Turtle.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second to approve the facade grant of the Chocolate Turtle, amount of $5,000. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We don't sign anything here, do we?
No. I will let Jamie know though.
Alright, any other new business?
Yeah, so I was gonna mention this in my report, but I'll just say it now. The RDC did have a meeting on, Monday night. It was determined that they will not have any excess money from the, TIF funds they've received. So I am officially giving you guys the notice of determination from the RDC. I have to do that annually, so.
So all this is really saying is that
That
we're
would,
just,
There's no extra TIF to kick to the city, the town.
yeah,
Oh,
okay.
since everything's
Oh.
done.
Yeah.
That's where I was kinda getting to it, I was like, wait, it's
Well,
kinda
they're
crazy.
asking, like, what else was it?
It's just something the statute requires every year by
After they just have to.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
yep.
Alright, department reports.
Jeremy's been busy, we
Yeah.
have installed service, out on 205 to 3 houses for water, which included, that involved boring underneath the road. It took like 8 months just for us to get an NDOT permit to do that. And then the new house on Long Street, they have installed service there. The water on 205 at one of the houses is now on, but the other 2 houses are not. But it's basically just sitting there waiting for whenever their ball goes out, so that we don't have to bore underneath again.
Good thought.
Yeah. There's, I mean, just constant stuff and that he's been doing and trying, locates mainly from Frontier, because they are
Yeah, is that all
moving
what they're
right
all
through
doing?
town,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
a lot going on.
And then, yeah, hopefully he'll get some stuff, some painting done and flowers planted before Turtle Days, but I don't foresee that happening, so.
Have to have some priorities, I guess.
Mhm.
I get it.
Alright, how's the plant going, Riley?
Going good still,
Good.
keeping it up, so,
Construction going pretty good out there?
yeah,
Good.
slowly but surely, so.
Good. We did get you some help, huh? Absolutely.
Riley and I do have a meeting with First Gen. They do training for the certification test, so we have a meeting with them tomorrow.
Awesome.
So we
Good.
will, we're getting him into some classes so he can get certified.
Perfect,
Good.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
thanks again.
Yeah, thank you.
Did they get the electrical done for, or is that still yet to be,
For what?
there was some electrical that we passed, it was last time or 2 times?
Oh, that's a change order for the electrical for the
Change order,
fine screen.
okay.
The fine screen won't even be installed till February.
Okay.
Yeah, but they, in order to get the control panel ordered, they had to have the change order,
Okay.
so.
Alright, anything from you, sir?
No, the only thing I was gonna say is, did you guys approve the claims?
They never vote on them, they just sign them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I saw it on the agenda and hear you talk about it, so I just.
Yeah.
Made a note in my head to bring it up, that's all I got.
Yeah, perfect. Alright, nothing from me, Mark, anything from you?
I don't,
Devin?
I don't have anything to it, thanks.
So yeah, I mean, you guys know, I've been working a lot on some personnel issues and updating some outdated policies. We'll have a very full agenda at the next meeting. Since going live about a month ago with our new software, we have caught several running meters, and found many leaks,
Oh,
good.
including one at the park, actually. The meter was running and I went out there on Monday and we found that somebody had left the faucet on in the bathroom and
No kidding.
in the pavilion, so. So Natalie's been following up every morning she runs the report and, you know, makes phone calls and tries to determine why they're running and,
that's good,
So, yeah.
that's a good thing, absolutely.
yes, yeah. This is the earliest that this has ever happened. We have gotten our spring tax disbursement. We got about $440,000, about $7,000 in liens from sewer collections. So those have all been released and more liens have been put on, so. No word on budget changes for 2026 and getting ready for Turtle Days and Turtle Races. We have all hands on deck on Saturday for shutting down roads.
Good.
Including Cameron, said that he would come in on Saturday.
Nice.
So, before he even starts at the plant, he's gonna be shutting down roads with us.
Cool.
And Tina and Natalie will both be here too. And then finally, I just received confirmation I earned my advanced municipal clerk
Yeah,
certification.
congratulations.
So,
Good, good for you.
Cool.
so yeah, that's it.
Did you say time-wise what you're thinking as far as for the park and streets person? Are you gonna,
I want Jeremy and Rick both to meet with the guy that
okay, so
That I
next
want
couple weeks,
to-
are we thinking maybe?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, cool.
yes, 100%.
Good, good,
Maybe not the week of Turtle Days,
yeah.
but
All
yes,
week or
probably
something.
the following week, if I can get him in here and get them all interviewing and on board.
Cool, no,
So.
sounds great. Alright, thank you everybody, have a great evening. Adjourned.